Hello, and welcome to my playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics. This is the fourth battle of the game, Slums in Dorter. If you've been following along, you'll notice that I've made some pretty big changes to my team for this match. Timothy and Ramza are now knights, Suzanne is a priest, and Ilya here is a thief. If you haven't been following along, then just let me mention now that I'm trying to play through the game without doing random battles. So this configuration that you see here is pretty much as good a configuration as I can make. Hopefully it works. Anyway, there's a bit of a cutscene at the beginning of this battle, so let me explain a little bit more about what's going on here. Slums in Dorter, as I said, is considered one of the first hard fights in the game, and I think that's mostly because it's got a bunch of ranged units, and you're facing ranged units for the first time. There will be a couple of wizards, there'll be 3 archers, and then to top it all off, there'll be a knight. Moreover, any 2 of these guys can usually kill one of your units if they hit him twice in a row. So that's where the knights come in. Knights at this point in the game have a pile of HP more than any other class because they can wear their special knight gear. So Ramza and Timothy are basically going to go up front and try to soak up a pile of damage. I've also got Suzanne as a priest specifically so that she can cast Shell on them so that the wizard damage doesn't destroy them either. And then lastly, we've got Ilya. She's a thief. She's going to be crawling around on this building to deal with the archer up there because he tends to distract the guests if you don't deal with him quickly. And as a thief, she should have much better mobility, so she'll be able to get up there quicker and deal with him. Also, I'll mention Delita here is an archer, and Eaaagggghh is a thief. Again, thief, great mobility, and I want Eaaagggh to be able to move around somewhat freely. Unfortunately, Delita didn't qualify to be a thief, so I stuck him with Archer because at least then he's got a ranged attack, and it doesn't matter that he doesn't have such great mobility. Anyway, I should be moving pretty quick here. Here's the Archer I mentioned on top of this building. He will be raining death down upon us until someone deals with him. It's not entirely a bad idea to deal with him as quickly as possible, but Eaaagggh and Delita, you don't really need both of them going up there, and without them, pretty much whoever you send up front, i.e. my 2 knights, are going to get just completely focused on, and I'd like them to have a bit of backup before things get too ugly up front. Alright, so it is my turn, so I'm going to try to move up Timothy, and I'm just going to stick him right here, charge straight towards that first wizard. The trick here is going to be getting Shell onto both him and Ramza, but I think we can do it fine right here. So now we've got the priest, so I'm going to have to set up the cast before Ramza moves. So one of the annoying bits about Shell is that it doesn't have any vertical range, as you can see there. So I have to cast it on that flat space ahead of Timothy. And Ramza's going to move before the Shell goes off, so I just need to position myself and cast it now. So I think I'll move over... Move over here, and then I should be able to target the space in front of Timothy, and then Ramza can run onto the Shell, and I'll be set. I can send them both in, and they can not worry. Now we've got Ilya over here, and I can just charge straight at this archer because she's got extra jump for being a thief, and I've also got Steel Heart, although the chance isn't so good, so let's check the damage first. And yeah, she'll actually 2-shot him, so I'm going to stick with that. And that is pretty much as good as I could have hoped for. And now we've got Ramza, and he's in position, so I think we're pretty much good to go for the plan here. And as I said, Shell's going off, and this should protect these 2 against the wizards, who are oftentimes the biggest threat because they just can deal piles and piles of damage. Meanwhile, we've got Delita giving a potion to Eaaagggh, so that erases the damage from the archer. And again, here they are charging up top. Eaaagggh has that enhanced mobility, so he can get pretty close, but not quite all the way up there. And you've got to love the fact that knights can just eat damage. That's 15 damage. I don't even need to worry about that. And here's the other wizard, and it looks like he's out of range, so he's not going to do anything. This guy is probably in range. Yes. Alright, so... looks like I can't quite reach him yet. That's a bit unfortunate, but let's get in there because we want to deal with him as quickly as possible. And I think we might as well put him over here. Although, no. That knight is just too beefy. I don't really want to mess with him quite yet. The wizard is a much squishier, softer target. Only 32 HP. And I'm going to one-shot him, so that's fantastic. It was actually a little dangerous to move there. Bolt would have hit both my knights, but not really a problem if he just dies in one shot. Now, got my priest here, and the knight's right next to her, basically. And I can't afford to have him beating on her, so I'm going to get her way back over here. And now it's time to finish off the archer. That should do it, yes. So that's great. That frees up Eaaagggh and Delita. They can go join the main fight, and in fact Eaaagggh moves next, so he's doing just that. And again, just 15 damage. The knight defense is really paying off. Now, yeah, this archer, for whatever reason, doesn't have a bow, and I've always wondered if that's because they felt the fight was too punishing as they originally made it. And the wizard is... oh, okay. He's going for Eaaagggh, only 22 damage, so maybe I was a little overly concerned about those guys, but it's better safe than sorry. And we got this archer here, but I'm just going to attack him from the front, since Ramza will be moving anyway. Or maybe I'll just miss him from the front, unfortunately. So Delita now pays attention to the actual fight. Charges him with a bow, although I think that might be a little... yes. 35, that is a bit much. Remember, that's the guy who hit Ramza for 15. So here we have... yeah. I'm going to have to heal Delita. He's taking way too much damage, but I don't really want to heal the knight. And as you can see, Cure actually does have vertical range, unlike Shell, so I can just put it behind Delita and be fine. And I will get her as far away from this knight as possible. He can't jump up because he doesn't have that thief mobility. .24, he'd be dead if we hadn't missed. Unfortunate. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons you want Eaaagggh and Delita in the fight, is just so they can draw attention. And again, lest I harp on it too much, thief mobility, she can be right into the fight, although not quite, because she can't do a melee attack, so we're going to have to try Steel Heart here. And let's give it a shot. Steel Heart is an amazing ability, although... let's see if it works. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now we've basically taken care of both wizards, so we're in great shape. Anyway, as I was saying, Steel Heart is an amazing ability if you put it on a female character, because unfortunately it only works on the opposite gender, and most of the enemies that you fight are male. In fact, on this map, all the enemies are male, and the same will hold true for the next map. It's not until the 6th fight of the game that you actually see a female enemy NPC. And yeah, he actually hits that time, and crits too, although that's a complete waste. And let's just get him moved in. That wizard will have to be dealt with eventually. And it looks like Eaaagggh is going to be nearly dead as soon as that goes off. And did he just target himself? So Eaaagggh is in trouble. And the bolt... he really did... okay. That's kind of unfortunate, because now he's broken the charm on himself. Okay, so Delita will take care of that, so we don't need to worry about Eaaagggh. Although it looks like we will need to worry about Delita. Still taking 35 damage a turn from this guy, which is just way too much. So I'll have to heal him. That was to move in first, so we'll just put that on Eaaagggghh, I think, and that should get them both, which is pretty good. Now I'll bring in Ramza because there's still a few guys to deal with over here. And I guess I can potion since he's taking exactly 30 damage. Now Eaaagggghh can draw in, and we should be able to land some good damage on this guy. She has the Mithril Dagger that I got, only 20. Fortunately, he's going to be stuck at 1, so he's going to get one more bolt off before he's done. Only 25 is actually a bit unfortunate because he's slowly going down because he's getting hit for 35 each turn. And I can't move up there, so I might as well just attack. Or I won't, because the vertical range is too different. That actually makes him completely useless this turn. I guess I could use a potion since he's taken 10 damage. So she's about to get shot. And she's also about to get hit with a bolt, and the two of them together will kill her, which is exactly what I was worried about at the beginning of the match. I'm not quite sure how to deal with that. I can't just run over there and heal. In fact, looks like I probably need to worry about Delita. Gonna move, so I'll probably need to put it on him, otherwise who knows what will happen. Alright, he backs off of the knight, not sure. Oh, and he's shooting the archer, so that will actually save Eaaagggh, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, he's done. That's doubly unfortunate because now the heal will still go off on his corpse, which will heal the knight next to him. I could run up and take that guy out, but I've also got Eaaagggh over there, so she can do that, and I can start on the knight here. Only 12 damage. Again, knight defense. It's pretty amazing at this point in the game. He hits that wizard for 36, he hits this guy for 12. And now he gets healed. He gets more than Delita did to add insult to injury. But we can take out this wizard, and basically now we're in cleanup mode. Just need to finish this last guy, so let's get this guy on him. 30 damage, actually. Well, okay, I don't get the 30 damage, but maybe this is more a case of sign compatibility than anything else. And this match is not ending a moment too soon since my priest is now tapped for mana. So I guess she can just hang out. Maybe if he comes up that way, she can whack him with her stick. And he's still dealing piles of damage. Oh, we got a treasure box. I haven't been able to get any treasure boxes or crystals yet, so I think I'm going to go for this one. Although, it's going to be hard considering that Eaaagggghh is going to try to kill that knight over there. And we've got a crystal. Well, there's one thing I can do to try to keep Eaaagggh from getting this guy, and that is to charm him. And if I do that, Eaaagggh will ignore him for at least a little while. So let's see if it works. And it does, so that will buy me a couple rounds to try to get the treasure chest and the crystal. And I think I'll use this guy to just watch over the knight for when the charm breaks. And again, it's unfortunate that she doesn't have great mobility. It's going to take her a while to get up there. another treasure chest. Pick that one up too. Rod is nice. It's not great, but I was planning on using a wizard next match, so at least I won't have to buy that now. And this guy can't even reach that. It's kind of unfortunate. In fact, I think I'll just keep him on the knight for when the charm breaks, so that he doesn't go beating on someone else that I would rather keep away from him. Alright, let's see what this other treasure chest has to say for itself. Their outfit is... well, it's not great, but every little bit helps, I guess. Eaaagggghh has nothing to do because the guy's charmed. And he has nothing to do because all the other enemies are gone. So I guess I'll just move in and keep watching him. Well, we'll have the crystal next round. And that archer's gonna go, so I better move over there. Again, thief mobility is so amazing on this map. In fact, Eaaagggh could have gone after that crystal if he'd wanted to. Guess I'm glad he didn't. So now he's out of the charm, so he's going to start beating on my knight, which is fine, he can take it. I'll use a potion here because if I hit the knight, then Eaaagggh may kill him. And I want one more round so that I can go and grab all these crystals and treasure chests. So what do we got? Nothing. Oh, that's unfortunate. And let's check out what the wizard had. Probably some good stuff. Yes, I will definitely take that. That'll be very nice. That'll save me a lot of trouble since I'm trying to play through without doing random battles. I won't need to earn those. And I will use a potion since this is probably her last move. And it won't kill me to get a little bit more JP. Eaaagggh is going to rush in and hit this guy. And yes, I get exactly one more move, which is fine. I want to get the treasure chest. Clothes? Really? Okay. That's the worst armor in the game. Comes on your guys by default when you get them. I can sell it. That's about it. So let's get this over with. So that will officially end the fourth fight of Final Fantasy Tactics Slums in Dorter. Tanky knights and mobile rogues were fortunately quite effective in dealing with all these ranged units. I hope it was interesting, and as we move into the later fights of Chapter 1, things should continue to get even more interesting. I hope to see you there.